welcome to Starrytime. I'm Miss Kit and I'm so glad that you're here with me tonight. Let's get started by singing our hello song. Do you remember it? It goes like this. You say hello and I'll say hello and we'll say hello together. You'll say hello and I'll say hello in warm or wintry weather. How about we'll sing a song? You'll sing a song and I'll sing a song and we'll sing a song together. You'll sing a song and I'll sing a song in warm or wintry weather. That was great. Well, tonight we're going to talk and read stories about bath time. Do you like taking a bath? Sometimes we have to be persuaded to take baths. It's not always something that we look forward to, but it feels so good. Let's get started though by just shaking out a little willies before we read our first story. Willies, wiggles, silly wiggles. Okay, let's get going and do a little rhyme called wiggle, roll, fly, stretch. This is going to use the sign for stop. If you can take your hand and put it flat like that and then make a chop, that's the American Sign Language sign for stop. So what we're going to do is we're going to wiggle and wiggle and wiggle and wiggle and stop. Can you do that with me? Okay, let's try it. We wiggle and we wiggle and we wiggle and we wiggle and we stop. We wiggle and we wiggle and we wiggle and we wiggle and we stop. We wiggle and 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 we stop. Now let's try roll. Can you do this? We roll and we roll and we roll and we roll and we stop. We roll and we roll and we roll and we roll and we stop. We roll and 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 we stop. That's a good little exercise. Now how about we fly? Can you do this? We fly and we fly and we fly and we fly and we stop. We fly and we fly and we fly and we fly and we stop. We fly and 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 we stop. Now how about let's stretch. We stretch and we stretch and we stretch and we stretch and we stop. We stretch and we stretch and we stretch and we stretch and we stop. We stretch and 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 we stop. That was great. Let's read our first story now. And I think it's a very funny story about taking a bath. It's called Something Smells. And it was written by Blake Lillian Hellman and illustrated by Stephen Henry. Early one morning, Elliot woke up to a most terrible smell. He looked around his room and frowned. Something smells, he thought. He checked under his bed, but it was perfectly clean. Was it a skunk? He opened the window. But the neighborhood smelled like fresh morning air. He sniffed Mr. Jiggles, but Mr. Jiggles didn't smell. Pee-wee, his parakeet, didn't smell. Wednesday's snack didn't smell. Not very much, anyway. Elliot could not find the smell that smelled. Maybe it's Dad, he thought. You see what Dad's doing? He's shaving. But Dad smelled pretty nice. At breakfast, his mother scolded him. Not one more day in that costume, Elliot. But he didn't want to take it off. It was the best costume ever. It glowed in the dark and happened to be an exact replica of a skeleton. Besides, he was much too busy hunting for the terrible smell. Are you thinking what I'm thinking about the source of that smell? Dog smell, he thought, but Digsy smelled like bacon. Little sister's smell, but Lucy smelled like maple syrup because she was eating pancakes. He bet 1,000,000,000,000 jelly beans it was the baby sniffing the diaper. Was it the cat food? Nope. It wasn't a diaper either. Maybe it was the trash. But all he found was some old Halloween candy. What was that terrible smell? It wasn't a skunk, or Digsy, or Lucy. It wasn't the trash, or Pee-wee, or even the baby. That left only one thing. Grandma's famous Gefarzenschnaffel. Do you know what's in Gefarzenschnaffel? Neither did Elliot. But that wasn't the smell that smelled. He looked up in the attic and down in the basement and every place in between. Not one more second in that costume, young man, said his mother. It's time for your bath. Elliot was disappointed he had not solved the mystery of the terrible smell. I think his mother solved the mystery of the terrible smell. Do you? You see how she's holding it up and holding her nose like this? And the stinky smell? How long has he been wearing that costume? Something smells, said Lucy. Something smells, said Grandma. Something smells, said Dad. Smah, said Lilac the baby. Elliot lathered and scrubbed and sudsed, and when he was done, something swirled right down the drain. The terrible smell was gone. After his bath, Elliot was excited to put on his new sea monster pajamas. They were the best pajamas ever. They had actual scales and big, scary claws. They felt so good. He was never, ever going to take them off. Until the next bath time, I bet. Isn't that a fun story? I like that one. Well, let's do a little flannel story about some elephants. Guess where they're going to be? You know what that is? A bathtub. One little elephant going for a swim. Knock, knock, splash, splash, come on in. What's next? Two little elephants going for a swim. Knock, knock, splash, splash, come on in. How many elephants now in the tub? 1, 2, 3. 3 little elephants going for a swim. Knock, knock, splash, splash, come on in. What's next? That's a big elephant. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 little elephants going for a swim. Knock, knock, splash, splash, come on in. 5 now. 5 little elephants. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 little elephants going for a swim. Knock, knock, splash, splash, come on in. Well, now that they are 5, they all fell in. Too many elephants in one bathtub. Which brings me to our next story about an elephant and bath time. It's called Small Elephants Bath Time, and it was written by Tatiana Feeney. Small elephant loved water. He loved jumping in puddles. He loved to drink water through his curly red straw. Do you have a curly straw? It's fun to drink water through a straw. But he did not love water when it was in a bathtub. Small Elephant's mommy tried to make his bath more exciting. She tried all sorts of toys, but Small Elephant was not interested. She tried blowing bubbles. That's fun. But Small Elephant was not fooled. And as bath time got closer, Small Elephant got busier. "I'm too busy playing," he said. Small Elephant got madder. "No," he said. And he got madder and madder and madder. "No!" He doesn't want to take a bath. Then Small Elephant got harder to find. Can you find where he is hiding? I'll give you a hint. Look for his tail. Can you see it? It's very small behind the shower curtain in the tub. There was only one more thing for Mommy to try. Daddy. Maybe Daddy can convince him to take a bath. It's worth a try. Daddy was too big for the bathtub. Daddy looked very silly in the bathtub. I think just maybe his feet fit in the tub. Small Elephant started to giggle. "Hey," he laughed, "that's my bathtub." Daddy was happy to get out of the bathtub, and Small Elephant was happy to get in. And he was even happier to stay in. So when Mommy said it was time to get out, Small Elephant said, "No, I don't want to get out. I love bath time." Guess you can change your mind when it's fun. And that was Small Elephant's bath time. Now maybe one more story. This one is called Off to See the Sea. And it was written by Nikki Grimes and illustrated by Elizabeth Zunon. Sometimes it feels like the bathwater is as big as the ocean. And you can imagine it's the sea, and there are sea creatures in it. And that's what this person does, as you will see. Bath time, I whisper in your ear. You laugh and then disappear. A master of hide and seek. Do you ever hide when it's time to take a bath? Come, I coo. Bath time is full of magic. I switch on the faucet and out flows a roaring waterfall. Up and up I lift you till your toes leave the tile. Then down, down you go, slip sliding into a soft, scented sea. It smells like soap. Now, was that so bad, I ask? You play pretend and sniffle. Oh my, I say. Monsters straight ahead. Watch out for the yellow rubber ducky. It's as big as a monster. I warn and you squeal. Glistening soap bubbles sail into the air, shiny as mirrors, carrying copies of your smile. Sometimes you can see yourself in the soap bubbles. Do you ever take a bubble bath? That's fun. You catch my eye, then splash over and over, giggling as streams of water smack the distant shore of the bathroom floor. Before I can say, "Don't!" you hold your nose and dive deep, searching for treasure. Where'd you go? Do you ever put your head under the bathwater? The twin tugboats your daddy gave you for toys crash against the waves. Your busy legs and feet keep making. I sneak shampoo into your silky, wet curls, while you flip the pages of your floating bath time book. There are special books for the tub, waterproof ones. Faster than you can blink, I sink my arm into the cooling waters of the raging sea and pull the plug. What happens when you pull the plug in the bathtub? Together, we watch the ocean swirl away down the drain. Towel time, and you wiggle, making extra sure you're more slippery than an eel. There now, I say, as your toes touch the tile once again. You rub your eyes and yawn, ready to leave the temporary sea behind. until tomorrow. Well, my friends, it's time for us to go until the next time. But before we go, let's sing our goodbye song that we always sing at the end of Starrytime. You remember what it is, right? That's right. It's Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Good night, Starrytime friends. Sleep well, and we'll see you next time.